In a tranquil village embraced by lush forests and pristine rivers, there lived a young man named Siddharth. Siddharth was known for his kind heart and his earnest quest for purity of thought. He was deeply troubled by the intrusive, impure thoughts that occasionally plagued his mind, and he set out on a journey to find a way to tame this unruly wilderness of the mind. Siddharth sought guidance from the village sage, an elderly man named Rishi Dev. The sage was renowned for his profound wisdom and had spent his life meditating in the forest, seeking to understand the workings of the human mind. One morning, Siddharth made his way to Rishi Dev's forest retreat. He found the sage sitting beneath a towering banyan tree, his eyes half closed in meditation. Siddharth approached him with reverence and sat silently, waiting for the sage to acknowledge his presence. After some time, the sage opened his eyes and looked at Siddharth with a knowing smile. "I sense that you carry a heavy burden, young one," Rishi Dev said softly. Siddharth bowed and confessed his struggle with impure thoughts. "My mind feels like a wild forest," he admitted. "I long for purity and serenity." The sage nodded and beckoned Siddharth to follow him deeper into the forest. They came upon a garden, hidden away from the world. In this garden, exquisite flowers and lush plants bloomed in harmonious abundance. Siddharth was awestruck by the beauty and tranquility of this hidden oasis. Rishi Dev explained, "Just as this garden is carefully tended, so must your mind be cultivated. To overcome impure thoughts, you must sow the seeds of purity and nurture them." With these words, the sage shared 8 essential lessons, each symbolized by a particular flower in the garden. 1. The white lotus of awareness. The white lotus represented awareness. Rishi Dev encouraged Siddharth to become more mindful of his thoughts, observing them without judgment. By being aware of his impure thoughts, Siddharth could begin to address them. 2. The blue orchid of virtuous company. The blue orchid represented the importance of virtuous company. Rishi Dev advised Siddharth to spend time with individuals who embodied purity of thought and to avoid those who encouraged impurity. 3. The red rose of self-compassion. The red rose symbolized self-compassion. Siddharth was taught to be kind to himself, understanding that everyone had impure thoughts from time to time. He must not judge himself harshly. 4. The yellow marigold of detoxification. The yellow marigold signified the process of detoxification. Rishi Dev suggested that Siddharth periodically cleanse his mind by meditating and letting go of impure thoughts. 5. The pink lily of gratitude. The pink lily represented gratitude. Siddharth was encouraged to focus on positive, pure aspects of life and be thankful for them, reducing the mental space for impure thoughts. 6. The purple hyacinth of humility. The purple hyacinth embodied humility. Siddharth was advised to acknowledge that impure thoughts were a part of human nature and that humility would help him face and overcome them. 7. The green ivy of virtuous action. The green ivy symbolized virtuous actions. Rishi Dev stressed that doing good deeds and helping others would cultivate purity of thought. 8. The orange daffodil of mindfulness meditation. The orange daffodil represented mindfulness meditation. Rishi Dev taught Siddharth to engage in regular meditation, focusing on breath and cultivating inner peace. Over the months that followed, Siddharth diligently applied these lessons. He observed his thoughts without judgment, surrounded himself with virtuous friends, practiced self-compassion, meditated regularly, and immersed himself in the beauty of gratitude and virtuous actions. As time passed, Siddharth noticed a remarkable transformation within himself. The wild forest of impure thoughts gradually began to resemble the cultivated garden of purity. Impure thoughts, though they occasionally surfaced, no longer ruled his mind. The lessons of Rishi Dev had tamed the wilderness within him. Siddhartha returned to the sage, expressing his deep gratitude for the wisdom he had received. Rishi Dev smiled and said, "Remember, purity is not the absence of impure thoughts but the ability to acknowledge them and choose not to dwell on them. The mind is like a garden, my young friend. Nurture it and it will flourish in beauty and serenity." Siddhartha's journey to tame the unruly wilderness of his mind became a cherished story in the village. It served as a reminder to all that with patience, mindfulness, and wisdom, even the wildest of thoughts could be transformed into the garden of purity. Siddhartha, now an exemplar of serenity and purity, continued to tend to his mental garden, teaching others to do the same. The story of the Garden of Purity became a symbol of hope, showing that the mind, like a garden, could be cultivated and brought to a state of radiant beauty and tranquility. Thank you for watching and keep the spirit of living your life.